off a hot debate, the big bull versus bear debate here at Freedom Fest. Peter Schiff, thanks for joining us on Kitco News.
Well, thanks for having me back.
So a lot of divergent opinions at the debate, Peter. Let's get your thoughts on how you see the markets right now.
Well, remember, I did the same panel last year.
Yeah.
And, I wasn't bearish in that I believed the U.S. stock market would go way down because I believed the Federal Reserve would prevent that from happening by, keeping interest rates low and by printing a lot of money. And that's really what's been happening. I mean, the market hasn't really gone up very much, but it hasn't gone down. But meanwhile, look what's happened to the price of gold. The point I was trying to make is that even though the Dow is at a new high today, it's at, a 2 or 3 year low if you price it in real money, which is gold. So stocks are not going up. The value of money is going down, and gold proves that.
All right. Well, you're a well-known gold bull and bug, I guess. Did you hear anything on the bearish side of the camp that has made you reassess your bullish calls for gold?
Oh, you mean bearish on gold?
Yes.
I mean, no, in fact, none of the bulls on the stock market were necessarily bearish on gold. In fact, I think they concede the point that with interest rates at zero and, the world awash in money, right, it's very hard to envision gold prices going significantly lower. What hurt gold up until this year was the widespread consensus that interest rates were headed a lot higher, that the Fed was going to normalize monetary policy, and that its balance sheet was going to shrink, that the Federal Reserve was actually going to become a seller of U.S. Treasuries. Now, I've known all along that that wasn't going to happen. In fact, the Fed hasn't sold the Treasury at all. The balance sheet continues to grow as they reinvest all of their interest and maturing principal. But I believe now people are starting to realize that all the anticipated rate hikes are never going to materialize, that the Fed's tightening cycle is already over. The next move for the Fed is to cut rates, not to raise them again. I think we might actually go negative this time, and I think QE4 is going to be bigger than QE1, 2, and 3 combined. And so I think gold is not only going to retest the highs from 2011, when it was close to 1900, but it's going to surpass those highs and move into much higher territory.
Within this year, or what time
Well,
frame?
probably not within this calendar year. You've only got about 6 months left, but certainly within this cycle. I think this is a new leg of the gold bull market. I mean, gold's been in a secular bull market since 2000, 1999, 2000. We had a cyclical bear market that I believe ended when the Fed hiked rates in December. And now we have the new leg of this bull market, which I think potentially could be an even bigger leg than the first leg, which saw gold go from sub 300 to close to 2,000. So if this leg is bigger than that, you can just imagine how high the price might go.
And Peter, we saw the post-Brexit bump that gold got. Obviously a strong message coming there, a strong message coming from the U.S. election this year. People obviously want change. How do you see the U.S. election playing out?
Well, they want change, but they rarely get it, right? They voted for Barack Obama because they wanted change. And they just got more of the same. Clearly, the front runner is Hillary Clinton, which is more of the same horrible policies that have gotten us to the point where people want change. But even the Democrats want change. That's why a lot of them supported Bernie Sanders, and now they're stuck with Hillary Clinton. Now, a lot of the Republicans are expressing their anger by embracing Donald Trump. The question is, what kind of change is Trump actually going to deliver? I have my reservations. I'm hopeful that maybe he'll actually do some of the things that need to be done. I think we have a shot at that. We have no shot of Hillary Clinton doing that. But I think if people really want change that makes sense, they might support Gary Johnson, who has the Libertarian Party nomination, who really embraces more of the philosophy that I stand for. But I think either way, it doesn't really matter what we get. We still have a tremendous price that needs to be paid for the mistakes of the past. Even if we correct those mistakes in the future, we still are going to have a day of reckoning. And that day of reckoning is going to involve a much lower U.S. dollar and a much higher gold price.
All right. Who do you think would be best for the economy?
I mean, other than Gary Johnson?
So Gary Johnson.
Well, Gary Johnson is the best of the three candidates. But between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, I would take my chances on Trump. Because Trump could be a great president, or he might be an awful president. Hillary Clinton is going to be an awful president. So you might as well take a chance on Donald Trump. A lot of the things that he says I agree with. Some of the things I don't, but I don't even know if Donald Trump agrees with some of the things he's saying, because he may just be saying things because it's good politics, but a President Trump may be very different than a candidate.
Peter Schiff, thanks so much for stopping by, and have a great end of conference. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. And thanks for watching. We'll have a lot more coverage here from Freedom Fest, so be sure to stay tuned to Kitco.com.